IBF. There's Leonard swinging and missing against Marvin Hagler, which he did a lot of.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a nice round of applause for all these world champions here, Hall of Famers? I mean, legends. You got legends in this ring. Legends. I'm a legend. Is it rich life? Is it rich
Michael Spinks leaving the building.
It was his 5th attempt at the title. At the age of 37, he was the oldest heavyweight champion, a record that would stand until George Foreman broke it in 1994. The fight with Charles was voted the fight of the year. Walcott was awarded the fighter of the year by the Boxers Writers Association of America. After his boxing career was over, he served as a referee, and from 1975 to 1984, he was the New Jersey State Boxing Commissioner when Atlantic City boxing started to really boom. From 0 shows in the mid-70s to 139 shows in 1982 alone. He was inducted into the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990. I give you Jersey Joe Walcott. Accepting the award is his grandson, Chris Cream and Vincent Cream.
Yeah, Chris, yeah.
They're not as fast as Bob.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our family, we're humbled to be in the presence of all of you great fighters. Our grandfather was a remarkable man, to say the very least. He left a legacy behind for us to strive towards. That he did so many things, it's probably impossible for us to reach. There's a quote that we often use that we're small pieces off of a big rock. And that rock was Jersey Joe. As I look around the room, and since we've been here since Friday and hung out with a lot of you legends that I grew up idolizing on television. For the first 15 years of my life, Grandpa was just a good smelling man with all the change in his pocket who would just, rub you on your head and come sit you on your lap. And, we'd go out to places and you see the red carpet roll out in front of him and the seeds would part and go, what's up with that? You're thinking those things. And then somewhere along the line, when you become a student of the game versus just a fan, and then you step back and go, hey, wait a minute. Oh, I get it now. There was a connection point. I would often call my grandfather and talk boxing with him. We were down here for the Tyson Spinks fight, and I remember walking in, I believe it was in Trump Plaza in the atrium, and I looked up and I saw Michael Spinks in the ring a couple of days before the fight. I'm like, wow, that's Michael Spinks right there. Like, I remember those iconic moments in my life. Razor Ruddock's shoulders being as wide as doorways and all those different things that were just, to a kid, watching it through the tube and just living with a man like Jersey Joe, you can't really fathom that until you're amongst it. So I'm humbled that the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, as well as all of you great champions, you have accepted us in a grandfather position into the fraternity. That is very honorable, very honorable. I won't belabor the point. I'll just say to Ray, let me fix something. Is there a big difference between an undisputed champion and a faction of the belt? You guys agree with that? Jersey Joe Walcott was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. George Foreman had part of that belt. Let me just fix that, historically speaking. He had a part of that belt. No disrespect, but he still holds that distinction if you really want to be honest about it. But to Ray, I want to say to you, our grandfather's story was one of perseverance through it all. So as we fall down, you fall down 4 times, you get up 5. Market champion, just keep going. That's that's the perseverance, and I prefer to my brother here now to wrap things up, bro. And that's the big bro, right? It's my brother Vincent.
It's always an honor and a pleasure to come on Grandpa's behalf, accepting these awards. We've done it many times over the last 20 years. And he's in every Hall of Fame you can name. Today, as he's inducted into this prestigious Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame, this is the first time he's been inducted for something other than being a fighter. He was an iconic individual, but he did great things as a boxing commissioner. He touched everybody, and those of you that had the opportunity to fight in Atlantic City while he was commissioner, you knew him in person. That's all I really want to say. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
Okay, for our next inductee. In 1975, Joe Pasquale started off as a timekeeper in the amateurs. Of course, after
Hector Camacho Jr.
Congratulations, Joe. Best to everyone here. I didn't know it was that many fights, but they were all great. And to go back to Jersey Joe, who cut my license in 1984, and Commissioner Hazard, and continues my licensing up to now. And I got to thank all the great officials I worked with. A couple are here: George Hill, Alan Hunkins, Gene Williams, and all these great fighters I got to work with. Wow. Thank you. Margaret.
on your job, man. You gotta get on your job, brother. That's what you do.
She promoted the first fight.
Where the hell did you get that picture at? I sent you 4 good ones that made me look good. Now, today. And I do have clothes on here. I have to tell you a quick story. First of all, Chuck Webner, AM Bleeder, every time he was at my fight, he would come over and he'd put his foot up, so I'd get in, and I had a skirt like this, and he said, D. Lee, don't lift that leg too hard. He says, because I'll see your panties. I said, Chuck, I ain't wearing any, so what the hell? Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. There's one thing about a promoter, which I think I'm the only one here tonight, that I feel that make me look good. And what I want is every fighter that's in this room, not just the ones tonight, all of you to stand up so I can clap. You guys make me look good. Thank you.
Name of Tyson. During his career, he stopped David Bay, Jose Garibaldi, Jesse Ferguson, Greg Page. Of his 40 wins, 36 came by way of knockout. That's a 90% knockout rate. He was also inducted into the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. He fought in Atlantic City 23 times. He's known as the Atlantic City Express. Bruce Seldon.
Together but most importantly, I have to thank Ray McCline. Thank you, man, for doing this. You know, it just shows that boxing is not going to die in Atlantic City, and because of you, we know boxing is going to come back. So I feel privileged to be amongst a lot of good people out here. Dave Weinberg, thank you, man. You've always been a straight-up guy with me, man. The press, man. Fernandez, you guys have been great. Thank you all very much. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it.
Title defenses before losing to Salva. At his best, he was considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Many still consider him the greatest bantamweight this country has ever produced. He fought in Atlantic City 13 times and was inducted into both the Pennsylvania Boxing Hall of Fame and the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame, as well as the International Boxing Hall of Fame in the year 2000. Let's hear it for Justin Jeff Chandler.
Thank you very much. It's all been big time for me. Well, I'm still trying to enjoy it. I'm holding on. Thanks for having me.
Let's give it up for Bobby Chippy
Yes, I've never met a microphone I didn't like. Listen, I want to thank everybody who was part of this and made this possible for me. I've never understood why women cried when they were happy. And years and years later, I won my first world title and I just started to cry. I realized the enormity of what I just accomplished that I set out to do at the age of 10. And I predicted it would take me 14 years. And September the 6th, 1986, 14 years later, I won my first world title. Thank you. This is my 5th Hall of Fame, and it's just as exciting as the first one was. I've never actually known a time in my life that I wasn't practicing the sweet science. I have videotapes in my house of me, well, we call it boxing with my dad, but him smacking me in the face and me throwing right hands over the top. But it was one of those things where it was my father's dream to be a professional fighter. And he never had the opportunity. My grandfather died when he was 2. My grandmother didn't have a trade. She was just a stay-at-home mom. And things didn't go so good for him. But at the age of 10, now you have to picture this. I was born in Orange, New Jersey. The bad section, you know, the poor section. So you get it. Then I moved East Orange until I was 10. Once again, the bad section. And in my 4th grade class, there was 32 people, and there were 32 kids in the class. And there was only 4 white boys in the whole class, and none of them could fight but me. So you know, I had to fight to get to school, I had to fight to get home from school, I had to fight during school. But we had a heavy bag hanging in the backyard that my father hung off a tree and taught me how to do some things and taught me how to, and look, life is what it is. And there's a funny part coming later. I had to go up each step. Like, we all knew in the class who was the toughest and who wasn't. But I had to start at the bottom and fight everybody up to the top till I got any respect at all.
Warrior!
Yeah, you would say that. Crazy, whatever. Then I moved to Wanacue, the white suburbs. Well, guess what? I had to fight my way up that goddamn class too. Every single one, because I had a little longer hair. I was more of a city kid. I was more of a, I always used to say I'm the darkest white man alive. In the gym, when I was training in Lou Costello's Sportsman's Club, they used to call me the white boy with soul, which was an extremely high compliment. And I tried one time to tell one of the, I was being interviewed, and I said, he couldn't understand the soul. So I thought to myself, all right, go get in your head and figure this out. I said, I got it. Larry Bird, Boston Celtics. Yeah! Technical perfection. Michael Jordan has soul. Michael Jordan can move his body in 3 different directions at the same time and still slam the ball over your head. So I tried to explain to him that there's a different movement. You know, white guys go like this, and black and Spanish go like this. Boop. That's it. Boop. Boop. And then they hit you.
Walcott. Walcott.
So, as I trained all those years from the age of 10, by the time I was 15, I was sparring with and boxing with people who were rated in the top 50 as professionals at my weight. And no problem. And there would be fighters that literally had to try to kill me just to keep me off them, because I was a little bit aggressive, but you kind of knew that. As a kid, I really wanted to be a football player before becoming a fighter. But when I was 10 years old, we moved from East Orange to Wanacue in July of 1972. I was 10. and I went to the gym. My father forced me to go to the gym. Me and both my brothers. I was 10, Vince was 9, Tony was 7. And I weighed like 75 pounds. I mean, I was like, you could blow me over with a whiff. I was a small kid, but I was tough. And tough isn't something you can learn. It's just something you are born with or you're born without. And I trained September, October, November, December, January, up till February the 9th. The day before my 11th birthday, till I ever sparred. And they put me in a ring. Now my dad was training me, so there was like this little rivalry between the gym trainer and my father, because my father wouldn't let the gym trainer train me. He thought he was better at it. And it turns out he was. And I sparred with the kid, and he was about 20 pounds heavier than me, but not that experienced. And I beat the crap out of him. And the trainer came out and said to Tony, this kid, he said, get out of the ring. And I started to get out of the ring. No, not you, him. So I looked at my father like, what's going on? Then he put this other kid, Jimmy, in the ring, who was 13 years old and was one of the most accomplished junior Olympic boxers in the gym. So I turned to my father, and I'll be honest with you, I was nervous as hell, but I was more afraid of my father when he looked at me the way he did. I'm not getting out the ring. No, I'm not. No, we're going to go kick some ass. And over the next 3 minutes, which was a lot of it was a blur to me, but at the end of when the bell rang, I got a standing ovation from everybody in the gym, fighters, trainers, even families that were onlooking. And it's the first time I believed I was special. I believed I was different. Thank you. And as time went by, my father, after I had some problems and had some broken noses, because I was working with pros, and some of them were like literally fighting back at me, like it was a fight, because I was that aggressive and I kind of forced it. Broke my nose a couple of times, had some surgeries, and my father, when I was 15, said, you and your brothers can quit. You don't have to fight anymore. Well, my brothers, Vince and Tony, both decided to quit. My brother Vince became a writer, my brother Tony became a chiropractor. But unbeknownst to most of the public, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone, unbeknown to most of the public, I'm not a religious person. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I've done the research. There's over 3,000 religions in the world, and I gotta do that story. Well, I gotta give you the ground. I gotta give you the ground. So I know I researched it. I looked. I tried, and my mother's a devout Catholic, and she says she has flat knees for praying for her sons, which I understand. But I couldn't buy into it, so I had 4 partial pre-med scholarships and a senatorial appointment to West Point, which I turned all down. And the people in the news, when I turned pro, they said he's white, bright, and polite, but can he really fight? I didn't like the rhyme at the first time, but after a while, I kind of got used to it. And over the years, I turned pro with Duva and stayed there for 4 years, but then went on my own way. And he had, 14 or 15 fighters, and years-wise, 18 years, I outlasted all of them and won as many titles as any of them. So I figured that I validated what I chose. But the reason for boxing is just that I needed a legacy. I needed something to be in place when I'm gone. And now I've got, 3 world titles, 6 different weight divisions. And I'd really like to, from the bottom of my heart, honestly, thank this organization for giving me something extra to celebrate before I go into that pie in the sky by and by. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Our next inductee, Hector Camacho. New York Boxing World Title, 2 inches, Fischer. He turned pro in 1980 and 1983. Camacho won the WBC World Super Featherweight title in 1985. He also won the WBC World Lightweight title.
It's macho time, baby.
He would add the WBO Super Lightweight title when he beat a guy by the name of Ray Boom Boom Mancini. During his career, he beat Edwin Rosario, Cornelius Bowser Edwards, Greg Haugen, Sugar Ray Leonard, Freddie Roach, Howard Davis Jr., and Roberto Duran not once but twice. He also fought Chavez, Trinidad, and De La Hoya. He was known for his colorful attire. In 88 pro fights, he was never stopped. He fought in Atlantic City 12 times. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. 2016 for
I love it.
2001, father and son fought on the same card.
Macho time! Macho time! Macho time!
Love it, love it, love it.
You got the flair.
Yes.
I love it. One of the best to show the art of boxing, baby. Macho time.
Macho time.
Yeah, buddy.
You gotta ask the question, what time is it?
What time is it? What time is it?
Macho time!
What macho time? What time is it?
What time is it?
It's macho time! Rest in peace, my friend.
Oh, gosh.
What time is it?
Macho time!
What time is it?
Macho time!
I'd like to start off with give thanks to the Creator, because there is a God up there.
Amen, brother.
Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters here. Amen. He's staying strong to that rope. God bless the rest. I'd like to acknowledge also today marks the second year of death for the great Muhammad Ali. May peace be upon him. A boxing great. It's a pleasure to be here, standing in front of greats. We all put that sweat, tear, and blood behind everything. We are a boxing family. People I've been seeing from small, growing up, they still look good, still look young. I guess that's that boxing. What can I say? It's macho time. My father was a pioneer of this boxing game. Boxing for us, most of us athletes, most of us boxers, is a poor man's sport. It's an outlet for us to make it. That's like the only sport you can skip by school to become a pro. It was easier for us, especially coming out the ghetto. My father came from where most fighters come from.
116th Street,
Get out the streets. He showed what hard work is and believing in your dreams. Put anything you want to put your mind to and try to achieve it. Aim for the moon. Aim for the stars. If you miss the stars, you're above the moon. So it's a blessing. At this time to give thanks to Atlantic City Box Hall of Fame, Ray McCline, Angela right behind us. We're getting boxing back to Atlantic City, the Mecca. I used to love my father's fight in Atlantic City. I just come over for the cheesesteaks, to walk the boardwalk. It was such an excitement back in the days coming here. I remember I used to go to the elevator to ask people. They didn't know who I was, you know, but I was asking people, hey, who, you know, Camacho fights against Pazienza, for example. Or Camacho fighting against, who you going for? Man, I hope they knock Camacho's ass out. They're always saying, unfortunately, John the Brooklyn. They loved him but hate him. But when he was up there, it was macho time. He leave a lot of things behind. His charisma, his personality, the way he entered the ring, the whole light about him was showtime. And that's something that will never be duplicated. A lot of great fighters come every time, but he was special. His time was special. He was ahead of his time. That little curl. I put it on because it reminds me of him, you know? I got a big fight coming against Chavez, which is my revenge fight. And I owe it to my father, so I left this curl here. Every time I wake up in the morning, I feel like I'm jogging. I look at myself in the mirror and I know this man put that work in. If he did it, I could do it. It's Macho time. Thank you. Big thanks to management, big Dustin Promotion, Entertainment. Everybody's involved in this big event. Next year, hope to be back. Thank you.
Light went down. Okay, for our next inductee, Richie K. After his first 33 fights, he beat every opponent.
First of all, I want to give thanks to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen, brother.
I'm not finished. I know where it comes from. I want to first of all thank you all for coming out, just taking time to come out tonight. You know, I want to thank my number one fan out there, my wife, who's out there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I got some sons up there somewhere also. Thank you for them for coming. I got some brothers. But most of all, I got friends out here. Thank you guys for all coming out here. Friends I didn't know I had out there. I appreciate you. Yes, I'm not going to be able to too long. I just want to thank you truly for being here and coming out tonight and supporting me. Not just me, but everybody else who will give the awards tonight. It's a pleasure. And I'm not going to tell you about my history because you ain't none of y'all business. So I'm moving out the way. So thank you too.
To win the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World in 1991. He also stopped undefeated knockout artist Tommy Morrison in one of the 27 knockouts of all time. During his career, he defeated Jesse Ferguson and Tim Witherspoon. He also had some close bouts with Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. In fact, the AP and Philadelphia News had Mercer winning the fight with Lewis by several points. He fought in Atlantic City 16 times. He was also inducted into the New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. And now we're inducting him into the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. I give you Merciless Ray Mercer.
How y'all doing? First of all, I'd like to give thanks to the Lord. And after that, I'd like to give thanks to my parents for making me who I am today, for me being here, really. For all of us being here, we got to thank our parents. We love our parents. Stand up, parents! Stand up! That's my mom and dad right there. Thank you, mom and dad. And next, I'd like to thank, we got a couple of friends. We got Paula Butcher, we got her husband, Keith Butcher, we got Sarah. Sarah is the grandmother of my grandbaby's mother right there, Sarah and Sierra. I'd like to thank them. Most of all, everybody knows that you have to thank your wife. So I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Kimberly Melvin. Love you, baby. like to say I love everybody in Atlantic City, and I also want to recognize all the veterans in the house, because if it wasn't for the veterans, I did 10 years in the military. If it wasn't for the veterans, we wouldn't be here tonight, baby. You can believe that. And everybody that's overseas fights for us right now. We thank them. They're dying for us to be here tonight. And they're in the God. Love you. Thank you, Atlantic City. Y'all been my family, man. I love y'all forever, man. Love you. Thank you, Larry Hander, Matt Howard, everybody out there. Thank you.
And we have one more left. So the final induction.
Yes, sir.
Come on, cuz. We're so pretty. We're so pretty. Oh, my bad. We're so pretty.
Hello, everybody. I still am the Tasmanian devil. I will die the Tasmanian devil. I promise you, I will not be as long as Evander Holyfield or Bobby Czyz. Promise. Ray Mac. What is it? It's Ray Mac. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. You did a great job, and I'm happy to be part of this. It's pretty cool when you get acknowledged. The Tasmanian Devil. I won 50 fights out of 60, knocked out 30 guys, won 5 world titles. I made my mark in boxing. I want to thank my friends for coming here. All you guys, thank you. And some of you other people that have came here for me, thank you very much. I can't even believe that. But Jackman, Gio, Lupo, Russ Como.
Love you, Chip.
The best. It's so cool. I literally fought for my fans. I love to fight. I wanted to fight when I was 5 years old, because I fell in love with some guy named Muhammad Ali, and he literally orchestrated my life. I lived my life out like he did, in certain ways, and it's been a crazy ride. I don't know. I could go on and on, but I don't want to be Evander or Bobby. See, Bobby, I can beat Bobby. Evander, he's gone, so that's cool. I wouldn't say this shit if Evander was here. Sorry, Bob.
It's all right, brother.
We'll have a drink later. I'm glad you all came here. Happy and proud to be up here in front of you. And the movie Bleed for This, if you haven't seen it, check it out, because it was really good. And it's a great movie. It's very inspirational. Peace and love. Everybody stay strong. You have to. Amen. Stay strong. Thank you. If anybody, I do speeches, I go around the country, do different speeches for companies and stuff, and my favorite part of that is when I do a Q&A at the end. I do question and answer, and there's always some cool ones. One or two. Let me take a question from one or two of you that have something that you want to ask me. Something I would love to hear it.
How are you going to make the speech shorter than mine?
Bobby doesn't count. I got one time, man.
I got one on you, bro.
Okay, let's hear it.
I got one time, man.
Yes.
Do you remember these?
I will fuck you up. Yes. Do you have a question? Go ahead, white blue tie. You, white shirt.
At 5 years old, man, what inspired you? What gave you that sprint?
Muhammad Ali. Loved him. Loved him. I went with my friend Jackman to the funeral and I cried. Like literally. Let's go, man.
Before I leave, thank you for the memories at the Harbor House in Revere. Every Monday night. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I saw you fight.
It's cool.
And it was great. Thank you very much.
It's cool, thank you. That's what it's all about, Red.
Angelo's smiling down on you right now.
Yes, he is.
Ah, that's nice, man. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Really cool.
You the man, Vinnie.
Hit it.
What gave you the courage to come back after your injury? Because that motivated a lot of other fighters and a lot of people that were injured. What you did was brilliant.
Balls. See, I told you, this is awesome. Yes. Did I like the job Miles Teller did? Yeah, he was awesome. I don't know how he was so good because he wasn't around me all that much. You know, there's so much stuff on the computer about me. That's why. Josh.
Who was the toughest bastard you ever fought?
They were all tough, and I mean that. But the guy who hit me the hardest, undoubtedly, was Roberto Derian. Hit like sledgehammers. It was amazing. Bernard, I'm sure other fighters must have told you that, right? Oh my God! When he hit me the first time, I literally, he hits me in the body, and I go, no, Pac-Man, you didn't feel that. You get warm, you won't feel it, Hits me with another shot. I said, I gotta take 12 rounds of this shit. What? Nuts, but uno más. Oh, my guy. Nice, thank you. You stay strong. Yes. When I knocked out Daniel Rosenblatt's ass. When I knocked him out in the third round, that was a highlight. That was a good one. He had it coming. I didn't start. He had it coming. That was a good one. It's so funny, like when I think about that. Life is so crazy. You know, I say it every day, but it literally was half the crowd was Italians from Jersey, and the other half of the crowd were Jews from New York City. It was almost hysterical, you know, because Rosenblatt was Jewish, and you know, I don't play off that because I'm not into races, and you know, that's not my, everybody, we're all people. That's an ugly thing. Like I'm not into that whatsoever. And but it was freaking funny. You see these guys who like, I'm talking about that Jewish like religion stuff with the hats on us, and then you got the Cavone Italians on the, like totally two different classes of people. It was freaking hysterical. And I'm glad I knocked him out. One more.
What is your favorite moment in boxing? What's your favorite moment, other than knocking out Peter?
When I won my first world title.
Yeah.
And I was the last fighter in the history of boxing to fight 15 rounds. And I got my ass kicked. But I stayed the distance, you know. I knew it was my second fight against Haugen, and I just couldn't make the weight. Literally, I was 13 pounds overweight the day before the weigh-in, and I was on the Atlantic City boardwalk, up and down, in plastics and sweatsuits. And I finally made the weight, but the next day I was dead, and he was sharp as a tack, and he laid one on me. Hector Camacho, I loved your father as a bomb, man. He was the bomb. I fought him. He was awesome. He really was. And he was a funny motherfucker to have around. Oh yeah, and I was like, I want to tell you this first before I go any further. Good news, bad news. Good news is, I'm not going to be as long as Bobby Czyz or Evander Holyfield. Bad news is, I like to swear. Okay, one more.
One more question.
Dude, let's go, bro.
What's your favorite wine?
I have my own wine out 5 times, motherfucker. 5 times. My wine's good too. It's good. I really got a red wine, a white wine, and the champagne. And they kick ass. It's really good. Yes.
What's the toughest fight?
Nah, they were all tough. But hit me the hardest was Derian, by far. He hit me and it was like Ray Jones was just fast as lightning. But this guy, when he hit, it would boom, like a normal punch is like, most people would be like it. Like Derian was like, boom.
Hands of stone.
Like, holy, I gotta take 12 rounds of this. Yeah, and I fought him when he was 40. He was even older. You know, he had to hit harder when he was 30 or 29. Amazing. All right, let's do one more.
Hey, lady.
One more. Ben. All right.
What is the most important thing that boxing has taught you?
Persistence and determination. Work hard and don't quit. 4 reasons why I won 5 world titles. Peace and love, everybody.
Let's hear one more time from Vinnie.
Back. All right.
I know, right? Sit down.
Well, everybody.
Congrats.
We thank you to 2018 Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. Ray McCline, we thank you. Commissioner Larry Hazard. And everyone in this room. Boxing fan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and supporting the 2008